since that's from a scene that you were in at A Few Good Men
I
right
thought
there.
that was just for my benefit.
No. That's always part of our drop, as they say right there,
cool.
Kevin Bacon.
That's great.
All right, first one up here. It's true or false. Is it true that you tip DJs at weddings you attend to not play the song Footloose?
I have done that. Yes. And I'll tell you why. Would you like to hear my reason for that?
Kevin Bacon, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I believe that a wedding is the one day in a non-celebrity's life when they can be the star of the show.
Okay.
The stars of the show are the bride and groom. The supporting cast is the bridesmaids and the parents and, the best man and the maid of honor and all that. I don't want to make a wedding about me. It's like, that's the one time when it should not be about the famous person in the room. So when that song comes on, what happens is I could be out on the dance floor enjoying myself. First off, the song doesn't come on, let's face it, until there's been a lot of alcohol. So people have been super, super cool and kind of like, I'm not going to invade his space. But at the point 10:45, when the disc jockey decides to, everyone is half in the bag, and it comes on, and people will form a circle around me. And
like it's the horror.
Yeah, it's like the horror, yeah. But I'm supposed to perform, like a trained monkey. And I don't like
So
it.
what's the going rate to grease the DJ?
Well, it's been a few years, but
Okay.
it's probably gone up. I don't think a 20 would cut it anymore.
Oh my gosh. All right, next one on that. Next one, you based your character's hairstyle in Footloose on Sting because you're a big fan of the time of the Police.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Now, that being said, I said that's what I was kind of going for. Well, I mean, if you really look at me through the years, and my hair has always been pretty much related to Sting's. I was such a big fan of the Police, but this haircut,
Yeah.
was given to me by a hairstylist for the screen test for Footloose, and the haircut cost $1,500. They told me this. This is 1982, so that was a lot of money. And the true story is, while I was sitting there going, "Holy,
Okay.
holy crap, I'm getting a $1,500 haircut," I look up, and the guy's got his eyes closed.
Come on.
He was cutting my hair. He was supposed to be he was a genius kind of guy. I think he had one name. And there he was, just like this. And, whatever. The rest is...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you will, movie history.
Movie history.
Next one for you. True or false, Kevin Bacon? You worked for only 4 days on the set of JFK.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah, it was a quick one.
That's it?
Yeah, it was a quick one. Yeah.
4 and out.
Yeah, 4 and out. But it was a pretty intense. It was an intense 4 days. I mean, I would say that they were spread out over like 3 weeks or something like that. So it wasn't like I just went and shot them all together.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. And what days what other scenes were being shot when you were there? They were just your scenes?
There were some times when some other stuff was going on. I think one of the things that I was reminded of the other day, just coincidentally, I ran into Kevin Costner, who was in the movie, and he was remembering that we shot a scene at the Louisiana State Penitentiary, which is out of another era. It's a massive, massive plantation prison. I mean, it's like 10,000 acres or something like that. And bordering it is this giant swamp, and there's no wall, because no one has ever made it through this swamp,
right?
Because it is so rife with alligators and snakes and mosquitoes and everything that it's like you can't cross it. Mm-hmm. And we were doing a scene. If you could picture, back behind me is the swamp, and I'm sitting on a box or something, and Kevin's sitting over here, and we're doing my coverage, so the cameras are facing this way. And there's some guys in the background who are extras, and I think they were actual prisoners that they were using, and they were supposed to be back working like in the swamp, I don't know, cutting weeds or something like that. And I start doing my scene, And Costner is not. He keeps looking past me, and he's like distracted. And I'm thinking, wow, I'm trying to do my best here, and this guy's not even listening to me. You know, he's not watching me. I was really getting pissed. And they say cut, and turns out a guy was getting attacked by a snake, and he had a machete and was like chopping through the swamp trying to get rid of this snake. And I ran into Costner the other day, and he said, "Listen, dude, I'm so sorry. I hope you know that."
Years later.
That's a lot of years later. He had remembered it, and so had I, frankly.
Did you not know what was going on behind you? Or?
Well, not during the take, I didn't. No, afterwards, I think he had said, "Listen, there was something going on. There was a brouhaha.
It's a turkey shoot with the snake, if you will."
Yeah.
Jeez. That's amazing. All right, last one for you here. You were cast in Animal House while still in acting school and flew at first class for the first time coming out to L.A.
That's true.
Fact.
Yeah. Well, I was still in acting school. I was probably about 18, and the casting director came to Circle in the Square while I was in an acting school and said, "We need this kind of type," and they sent me over there, and I got the part. Yeah.
And you got it. And what was Belushi like?
Oh man, he was funny, generous, and just a dynamic. He was the first star that I had ever met in my life, you know. So he was already a big star on SNL.
Right.
SNL was already such an iconic thing to us in I guess in New York, but also beyond. And I'll never forget he was doing Saturday Night Live at the time that we were shooting Animal House. So he would spend, I guess, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Oregon where we were shooting, and jump on a plane and get back for Thursday, and then work until Saturday, and Sunday come back. So it was a crazy, crazy schedule. But at one point he found the time, we were all in this, crappy hotel on the side of the highway, but he had a house, and he had a party for us. For the cast.
Toga? Was there a toga?
There was no togas involved.
Not that part? Okay.
Yeah, that would have been fun, though.
I was mandated to ask.
Yeah, no, there was no toga. But this blew my mind because there were two things. A few things. One is that I said, wow, this guy can afford to throw a party. That blew my mind. Number two, he had bought smoked salmon, like from Zabar's or from Barney Greengrass or something, all the way out to Oregon from New York City, Nova. And first off, to me, smoked salmon, like Nova, was so expensive that I wouldn't even eat it at that point in my life because I couldn't afford it. And there were just piles of it. I was like, oh my God, I got to put this in my pocket. And the third thing was that it was the first time I'd ever tasted or heard of a mimosa. And the idea that you would take orange juice and mix it with champagne, with like the most expensive thing that you could possibly order, and you're just going to put it in champagne and would put it in orange juice and then just drink it in the morning. I was like, this is so cool. I really want to be a superstar and have mimosas and throw a party and have smoked salmon, as much smoked salmon as anybody could eat.
Locks for everybody. That's right.
Mission accomplished.
You know what? I never thought, Kevin Bacon, when I'd ask you that story, I would hear about partying with flounder, having salmon.
There you go.
Hey now, everybody.